Swap the cam. There we go, guys. Technical issues. Battery died. You are plugged in now, so hopefully that will work. While you was away, I noticed the battery was dead, so I quickly popped that on charge. So that's why you see all these extra cables in here. Are you still there? Phil Gurney, of course you're watching, bud. There we go. So just really some minor changes. I've changed the servo horn as well. It's now a steel one. While you were away, a friend let me know that due to some extra weight on the car, it might be beneficial to change that over. So I have. I'm not going to pop it in straight away at the moment, because I need some power in there to zero the servo. Whenever you're doing these stuff, changing servo horns, the screwdriver turns a servo horn, you think you've got it straight. Best way to check it, chuck some power in there. The servo will align itself, and then you align the wheels according to the new servo. Okay, so we'll get back to what we were doing. Like I said, getting these bolts at the bottom done up in a cross pattern. So that's bolt number 2. Now we went to the rear with the second one, come back to the front with the third, preferably diagonally across. Now we stay at the front for this one, but we go over to the other side. And then we go diagonally across to the back again. Let's get that shot. Diagonally to the back. All the way in. Now these screws do feel like I'm busy bolting the suspension to the ceiling. They're that long, but beggars can't be choosers. We do what we can. Text me on the other phone. So now back to the front one. That should have released a little bit. I'm just going to use a small screwdriver to get a little bit more force on it. Diagonally to the back, across to the other one at the back, diagonally to the one at the front. Thank you. Keep it clean. I did shout you out, Phil. But yeah, when it comes down to some 5th scale work, Phil helps me out with some setup bits. We work together closely on getting both his car and my cars running. So there you go, Phil. You might see him or you have seen him in one of my other videos where we're out in the park. He's got a KMX2, the big blue and black car that you've seen. Fantastic piece of kit. I could suggest going out and buying one because they are really that good. For the price you pay for them, they are really a nice bit of kit. So look into them if you're looking at some 5th scales. They will definitely help. So chassis is now fully set down onto the floor, onto the chassis plate, the full front suspension. We got full range of movement there. I'm going to quickly throw on some wheels because that will allow me to set up the... No, that can't be right. That can't be right. It says that that's fully charged. I doubt it. I was right. It wasn't fully charged. Probably one of the other ones. Current manual. Let's see what happens there. So, yeah, get some wheels on the situation. Now, locking wheel nut over here, just to show you. It's got these little splines on the back. Whenever you're replacing wheel nuts, try and get those splines to touch the... No, come on. Get the splines to touch the actual rim. That will stop them from vibrating themselves loose while you're running. So, there we go. The other front. What we got here, sorry. Yes, they are. As I said earlier in the video, this model come with some serious non-grip super slip wheels as standard out of the box. Then they've been upgraded to the Baja standard setup. These Dirt Buster wheels give you a little bit more grip. They're good wheels in themselves, well worth the upgrade from the standard that this model has. However, I am fully aware that as soon as I start chucking four-wheel drive into this car, those front wheels won't be sufficient to do what I want on them. So when changing the front, what the heck, let's go for the back ones as well. I am also currently having a discussion about some hostile MX wheels that I can chuck on the front. They're about 30 quid for a new set of hostile MXs, or like I said earlier, the Mad Max. Come on, Phil, help me out with this one. The Mad Max big grip tyres. There we go. Sorry, Phil, not needed anymore. They are some seriously angry wheels and affordable. Again, it comes down to affordability. I don't like throwing. Expensive is great. You get what you pay for. But I've seen, at least recently, quite a lot of people running the big grip, Mad Max big grip tyres. They seem to do the job just fine for them. Where do we go from here? What's that red one? Red one, red one, red one, red one. Red one. Ha! Let's see. Oh, no. the red one. Red one actually powers the servo. What do we have here? Throttle. So because I'm installing a failsafe, I'm going to get rid of this. Or because I'm installing a kill switch, I'm going to get rid of the failsafe that's in there. Failsafes are great, returns your servo positions back to 0 when you lose control. That's ominous. What's that? Sorry, guys. 7 missed calls. 3 missed calls from Mum. There we go. Did I manage to finish that? Yes. So, failsafe locations. I'm going to grab this failsafe, and it will go into channel 3, which is the bind plug. Now, the remote I have is not a 3-channel remote, so I will need to swap that over. Now, when I do that, once you've completed the bind process of the car, you remove the bind plug, and you will then put your failsafe into that position there. I was hoping to have a spare battery clip so I can install my little battery level indicator. However, that's not going to happen today. I don't have the extra channel open on my receiver. So that's that. So that's the throttle straight into the receiver. How am I doing for power? Looks good. So yes. So the big wheels are on. That's changing there. That's changing there. To fit the failsafe, you've got your kill switch over here, manual kill switch on the motor. Fantastic to have. On nitro cars, you block the exhaust pipe off, and that will kill the engine. On these big bore engines, if you could touch the exhaust and keep it there for long enough to kill the engine, I'd give you £1,000. Don't hold me to that, but they get really hot after running. Did I oil the front diff? As I said, the front diff is not a sealed unit, and therefore I don't want to chuck oil in there, but I have greased it up. And then the actual diff itself, so the crown wheel and diff case, is already pre-oiled. So that's the left and right movement, that bit that moves when I move the wheels opposite to each other, that is already pre-oiled. The bonus of having this all-inclusive kit. Here is the spare one. So that was the previous one I bought. So inside that diff case, you have got a nice handy little screw here, which you can undo and oil straight in there. The really metal sounding bit is the brakes that you're hearing. These are like graphite blocks into just 2 little stainless steel discs. So they make a lot of noise. The gears in themselves on this particular model is quite loud. I'm pretty sure it's the same if you were to do the Maverick Blackout MT. That one's got the exact same outside gearing. A lot of your cheaper 5th scale models, or like this one 6th scale model, have these external gearing. Some of it I've seen on the Baja as well. On this particular model, when it's running, it does have quite a almost electric whine to it, and that's what you're hearing, is that gearing, the clutch bell going. But it's quite normal for this car, actually, to be honest. But like I said, when you buy this diff, it's got a little grub screw over here. You just remove that grub screw and grease or oil in there. Keeps it nice and toasty. Now I use Teflon grease, so if I were to get really close here, you would hear the gears going in there, but that's because it's quite thick in there to start off with. It's what you want, a nice thick oil in there. Benefits of a nice thick oil inside your diff: it stops, or it minimizes, the amount of independent movement you have in the wheels, because when you're putting full power down onto it, if one wheel can move quite freely from the other, you'd end up having ballooning on one wheel. It's very common when you're turning and accelerating on the same time. With all the models, that goes for my other the electric ones as well. When you're turning, one wheel slightly lifts off the ground, and then it just tries and throws the entire motor's power through to the wheel that's lifting up. It's usually seen quite clearly when your model's got either a bald patch on one out of the three wheels. That means you need to just look at your diff and make sure everything in there is running smoothly. But as it is, guys, here, as you can see, that's all running beautifully. Unfortunately, before I can show you running the four-wheel drive, I need to install that fail-safe. I need to also charge the battery up and pair my remote, my FlySky remote, to this car, because I need that third channel just to make sure that my car's running sweet. Watch this space, subscribe, like, there's going to be lots more videos coming. As I said, today I'm looking at also doing the front CVDs on a Bugster. I'm also looking at somewhere over the next week or so to do that hub on my DHK Optimus. I'll bring you guys back to this when it comes to installing the CVD, the kill switch properly, and hooking it all up to make sure it works well. But when it comes down to successfulness, I've got now four-wheel drive on this car, so watch this space, watch the videos. We're out next Sunday, the 20th. I'm hoping to have her running beautifully on that day, get some videos. I'm in process for a drone as well, hopefully get some nice aerial shots of us all running our cars. So thanks, guys. Subscribe and like, more videos coming, and hopefully maybe by the end of the day I'll be able to get this bad boy started and we can see that four-wheel drive running in action. But hit the like button, watch this space, find me on Facebook, Total Control RC, all one word. Give me some comments on there, catch up on some posts. I repair cars, so if you've got any questions, question them through there. Question at the bottom of this video. I'll try and get back to people if I can. And Twitter, RC_total. If you want to catch me on there as well, tweet away. And look forward to being with you guys again soon. Thanks, guys.